Hello everyone, welcome to the last day, the last show before your CA final July 21 exams. I hope your preparations are good and you are full of confidence and positive spirits. So all set to take on the exams with a big smile. Okay, so this video is based on a very quick roundup on how do you present. Now that you've studied everything, you have everything in your mind. How do I present this to ensure that I don't invest an overly excess amount of time, and at the same time I do not compromise on my markings. Less than around 10 minutes we'll try to finish all the important parameters. So first of all, if I have to write a paper, is this based on some institute guidelines? No, institute has not released any ideal guidelines. It is based on our experience looking at the suggested answers as well as the certified copies of the past students and rank holders. So what do we do? Commonly asked questions. Can we use short forms? Do we need to write narrations? Do we need to present alternative treatments? Can treatments which are, or presentation formats which are alternative, can they be used? All of them we'll try to quickly address. First of all, the most basic things. If there is a case study based answer, you will explain the index in your own words, write the index number, if possible the name, paragraph number. If you don't write, absolutely okay. Do not worry about that. Write it in your own words. Second, connect it to the given case. So the second paragraph can start within the given case and you'll connect it with the facts. And then the third paragraph conclude based on the type of question asked on whether the accountant's treatment is correct, what should be the ideal treatment, etc. Second is a practical based questions. In questions involving consolidation, business combination, etc., if you don't really give a short theory based description, it is okay. But for other questions, it has been seen, not consistently, but it has been seen that sometimes institute does give some weight to a theory being written. So I would recommend a very very short. अपने को सब आता रहेगा, अपन एकदम जोश में बड़े ऐसे कहानी लिखने जाएंगे. Do not do that. Very short and crisp, relevant theory explanation pertaining to the problem. If time permits, if you are running out of time, directly start with the numbers. Ensure that you show all working notes and assumptions. Nothing doing over here. It's fine if you do a working note which does not really have any application. Rather than doing everything in rough, you can actually prepare a working note, and if the number is helpful, ensure that you reference it. So wherever that number is taken, for example, a goodwill is calculated in the notes and taken, so next to goodwill you can give the working note number. So referencing will be very helpful if you can do that. If there are any assumptions that you have to take, I would recommend that you even give those assumptions. Institute's paper starts with the fact that you should write assumptions wherever necessary. Are narrations required? Well, in those questions where journal entries are asked, question clearly tells you pass the necessary journal entries. Write a very short and basic narration. You don't need to kind of explain everything, but it should be there, especially when journal entries are asked. If you're just showing journal as a part of workings, you don't need to prepare this. Discount factors, a very common thing, especially in chapters like lease and financial instruments. Do I need to necessarily prepare the entire discount factor table, or can I use annuity factors? Based on at least the problems that we have seen, specifically for financial instruments and even to some extent for leases, institute has given marks even when annuity factors are used. In the study material, full tables are used, which you can, but that takes a lot of time. We have seen students getting full marks even when they've used annuity factors. You are at final CA, you're not really going to be judged on whether you have prepared the entire table. You're not writing a graduation or a lower level paper where the quantity matters. Quality is very important. So if you can use the present value annuity factors, be confident, use it, no problems. Then short forms, this is a potential hack. On the face of it, we would say, no, you should write everything full, perfect. However, you have 3 hours, and trust me, in 24 hours probably from now, you would be realizing that it is one of the most tricky papers to complete. And as a result, if need be, we'll use the short forms. While you are doing that, for example, give a reference. So let's say you are writing an employee benefit expense, which is that same entry is being repeated at multiple places. So the first time, write down the full words, employee benefit expense, into bracket, EBE account debit, and then everywhere else you give that reference. Again, on the face of it, ideally you should write everything, but if you even try to copy the entire suggested answers in 3 hours, it's very likely that you will not be able to complete even copying the suggested answers, let alone thinking, reading, understanding and solving it. So if you have to kind of use short forms, preferably at one of the place, give a reference to that and write down. If you do not have time to do that, use the short forms, but ensure you try to play the 50 overs, like you call it in cricket. Try to complete your paper. If it means kind of using short form, so be it, but ensure that you kind of, between the trade-off of time and using a short form, focus on items which save time. Specifically in the latter half of your paper, you will realize that the clock runs really fast in the latter half of the paper. Notes in the consolidated financial statements, they definitely do have marks. Students who have not prepared it, unless the question specifically says don't prepare, marks have been deducted. But again, in a 15 or 16 mark question, notes would not carry more than 3 to 4 marks, which are very, very valuable depending on the complexity involved, but they are very, very valuable. But if you are out of time, then next to property, plant and equipment, you can put a bracket and show the total. Yes, there would be some marks which are deducted, but if it helps you save, let's say 5 minutes, which you can use in a question where you can complete another 8 or 10 marks, then so be it. But if you are very much on schedule in time, prepare the notes in the consolidated financial statements or business combination questions. So do we need to show the current and non-current split? Well, if the question just generally asks that explain the accounting treatment, show how it would be disclosed, then we will say that you can show this as a property, plant and equipment or a liability component or whatever it is. You don't necessarily need to show. However, if there is an extract of the balance sheet which is asked, in which case it is preferable that you actually show the bifurcation between current and non-current and then put the relevant item at the right place. Alternative methods. Across the country, different students would have different methods of solving a particular problem. As long as your final answer comes to be the same, remember, Ind AS is a law. It will tell you what is the accounting treatment. How you arrive at that should not ideally matter, and hence, if you have studied a particular treatment, stick to it. Do not refer 10 different things. As long as it is giving you that answer, that's absolutely fine. Sir, can a question have alternative solutions? Yes, it is possible. There have been cases in the past where a question may not be drafted properly or information may not be given properly, whereby you might have alternative solutions. Do we need to show all the alternative solutions? No. Show one of them and write a note at the end saying that alternatively we can also take a particular approach, a different approach. You don't need to show the workings for that alternative approach. Ruling, lining, etc. We are again not in foundation in 12th. We've seen time and again people not even preparing the journal format. So typically you have date, particulars, debit, credit. They just write entries, narrations, and they are awarded marks. Focus on getting the numbers in the entry correct, which is a lot more important. Yes, you have time, you do all of this, you do all of the beautification, but only 2 students generally have time. People who are really God gifted and really fast. And second is, apne ko adha paper aata hi nahi. We don't know half of the paper, to apan kya karenge? Beautify karenge. Hopefully we are not at least in the second category, in which case you would be out of time. So probably apart from at the beginning when you are still having some nerves and preparing detailed formats, you can actually go ahead and write the entries and proceed as well. Questions involving a generic thing like explain the accounting in a case, how are we supposed to do that, sir? There is no single format. In fact, different suggested solutions of the institute have solved it, have explained the accounting in different manners. Be your own master, be your own judge in what you want to write. There is no ideal solution. You have to explain it to the examiner. You want to explain it through entries, do that. You want to explain it in words, do that. You want to explain it by preparing a small extract, do that. As long as you're balancing your time, 100 marks, 180 minutes, 1.8 minutes per mark, as long as you're kind of balancing it, use your own discretion. There is no ideal right suggested or ideal right solution. Okay, so that should be it. I'll not take more time. Please be confident. I beg of you, I plead, please do sleep properly tonight. Please do not compromise on your sleep, no matter how well you have studied. Remember, on the very last day, if you practice a lot of shots, you're not going to become Virat Kohli or Sachin Tendulkar overnight. But if you don't sleep well, you're definitely going to miss seeing a spinning or a swinging delivery, right? So ensure that you get your good night's sleep. If it maybe compromises a chapter or so be it, but ensure that you sleep properly. Pray properly, be confident, And I leave it over here. All the very best, goodbye, and all the blessings with you guys for a very successful examination. Take care.